Hey everyone, this is Gary with the Older Man, Stronger Man, and haven't been on in a while, and there are some reasons why. I was about 3 weeks ago. I was scheduled to have a total hip replacement, um, and I had some blood tests before the surgery and stuff, and it came back as my A1C was too high. Now I had been working probably almost 2 months to try to bring it down, and it was 10.5, and when I got tested it was 8.6, I think is what it was, and which is way too high. So the doctor basically rescheduled for November 22nd, and I started thinking to myself, okay, this isn't going to happen overnight. I've got to get a hold of whatever it is that is bringing my A1C up. And the reality is this is where diabetics lose arms. They don't heal right. They'll get a cut and it just doesn't heal. And that's because the sugar in their blood isn't allowing their body to do the work. And so now I'm very, very serious. And so I've changed quite a few things over the last nearly month. The biggest thing I changed was my diet. I started looking around at all the different things that people eat, how we eat as Americans, how we deal with things, and what are the ramifications of eating certain ways. And so almost a month ago, I started eating a carnivore diet. And I'd say it was 90%. Now it's 100%. I'm eating nothing but cheeses, eggs, meats. And I'm actually ecstatic on what's been happening. My blood sugar, which I'll do another video on it, has just dropped. Just amazing. Now, for me, it has dropped. I was living with 300s, 400s, sometimes even 600 readings on a daily glucose meter, and just couldn't seem to get it down. And so what I did is I just started looking at different things. My wife started looking at different things. Her A1C was not as high as mine, but too high. And so she started it actually 2 months ago, and I'm watching her, and she's losing weight, and she's looking fantastic. And then her skin is looking good. She's looking, just really, really good, and she's feeling good. And so I started tailing off, and I just started eating whatever she was cooking. And then I noticed that, hey, I'm not even hungry. I'm eating twice a day and I'm fully fed, meaning that it's not like I'm hungry and I'm starving myself. I'm literally eating until I'm what they call satiated, and then I stop. And like I just got through eating, I think about 2 o'clock this afternoon, and I won't eat again until probably 6 o'clock tomorrow. And so far, I haven't been hungry. So far, I haven't lost any energy at all. So these things are very interesting to me, and I've been keeping a log. And the log, if I read over it, I just started on October. It was either the 30th or October 1st, I forget, and today's the 2nd, so I think it was the last day of September. And because I was just flabbergasted by all my readings and stuff, and I've been taking my blood pressure, which is also dropping, which they say I have high blood pressure, and I read all this stuff about the carnivore diet, and so I jumped aboard, and I'm going to see how it works for me. And I'm going to be totally honest with people that I have nothing to gain from being on a carnivore diet except for health, and that's what I'm after. You can lift all the weights in the world and still not be healthy, and my goal in life, being 65 years old, is to be healthy. Now you may ask, how did you get into this position? Well, 15 years ago, it will be 15 years, January 5th, I had surgery. I actually went in November, the day after, day after Thanksgiving. I went into the hospital. The first hospital told me to get my affairs in order, that I was not going to make it. I had pancreatitis, and it was a severe case. And so knowing that, I decided, hey, I'm not going to live with that. So I found another hospital. I went to Gainesville, Florida, the University of Florida, and petitioned to get in there. They accepted me, and I went in there, and I didn't remember a thing for about a month, maybe a little more. I fell into a coma and woke up with all these bells and whistles on me. Still couldn't eat solid foods. I couldn't drink anything. Everything was intravenously given to me because when your pancreas is pissed off, nothing needs to touch it. Because basically what it does is kill itself. It exudes a fluid and it literally kills itself. And when it was all said and done, my pancreas had killed 90% of itself. And they had to go in and cut it out. They took out the gallbladder, the spleen. I was tube fed. I was in the hospital 4.5 months. That's how bad it was. And then they tube fed me for another 2 months. It was dreadful. And so the ramifications of that was this. I became a diabetic. Now, technically, I'm a type 2 diabetic, but I have type 1 problems, meaning I'm totally insulin dependent. I do not have enough pancreas. And depending on what doctor you talk to, sometimes they say, hey, your pancreas is putting out a little bit of insulin. And sometimes they say it's not putting out anything. So I really don't know what to believe. But I do know this, that without insulin on a, what you would call a standard American diet, my world was 300, 400, 500, 600, depending on what I ate. And I've had A1Cs up to 14. And so, which is death, right? I mean, you're just begging for a heart attack or stroke. And so, long story short, I've always been able to really control it, get it down to that 7.5, which used to be what they would recommend. Now it's in the 5s. And so I was always able to control it. But when I landed here in Arizona, the medical is completely different. I got the worst kind of endocrinologist ever. I didn't like him. Basically. So last year, while training to do the rim to rim in the Grand Canyon, what that is from the North Rim, hike down through the canyon, from the North Rim down through, across the river, hike up to the South Rim, and we did it in one day. My hip was giving me a bit of a problem, and I thought it was a sciatic nerve, and maybe it was partly that. And then when I got through, which I wound up doing, I went with my brother, and poor guy, had to wait for me. But we made it in a day. And that's where mind over matter happens, and probably hurt myself. And about 2 months later, 3 months later, I think, I had a MRI done, not an MRI, but some x-rays done. And it showed that my left hip was bone on bone, and that surgery was needed. Well, I had crappy insurance, and so I kind of had to, again, muscle through things and wait until I got on Medicare, which is what I'm on now. So what I've decided for Older Man, Stronger Man is I'm going to incorporate my diet. I'm going to incorporate and let people know what the carnivore diet is doing for me or what it's not doing for me. So far, so good, man. I have been listening to a lot of experts on both sides, and I am really, really excited for my journey. It's not for everybody, I don't think, but it may just be for me because I have to have a full life, guys. I have to have this under control. Otherwise, I'm going to die young, and that's not in my schedule, man. I just, I've got too much stuff to do. So that is a fact for me. I'm also going to go ahead and video and give you a show on the hip replacement and what I'm doing to lift. What it's not only in my gym. You can see what I have in my gym. I have a full setup here, leg press. I have everything. But it's not only that. It's about getting outside, enjoying life, hiking. I love to hike. I'm fortunate. Just 15 miles away is a mountain peak of almost 10,000 feet, and I can hike it. I use that to train to do the Grand Canyon, and it worked out fantastic. And the other thing is I'm going to redo the Grand Canyon, and I'm going to do it right. because the last one took me 16 plus hours to do, and it was miserable. And I don't like miserable, and I don't like ending things on a short note like that. I like to be positive. I like to I don't have to set records. I just need to set my record. I need to enjoy life and be strong. And that's what this channel is all about. It's about, as we grow older, especially men, it's about keeping ourselves fit and ready and able-bodied. So this is one of many videos coming your way, and I hope you guys stay tuned and follow my journey. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you would. I'd appreciate it. This is Gary out for Older Man, Stronger Man.